What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk Demo Mario Brothers Music. So, okay, guys, this has been crazy the last 2 to 3 years on social media. I mean, we've seen the rise of so many stars, rappers, athletes, but one of the most impactful ones I've seen in this era is none other than Lizzo.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yes, the number one flute player in America, the number one twerker in America, the yeah, when you see her, you get those kind of coughs, kind of make her in America. That's her, Lizzo, Queen Goddess. I mean, BBW Supreme. Give her a round of applause. So Lizzo is also, she's kind of a metaphor for, I don't know, being a little overweight. So what happens is now when you see a lady that's maybe a little plus size, you might call her a Lizzo. Yes, she's become a fucking pronoun in the last 2 years. And Lizzo, she doesn't like it so much. So much so that she's taken herself over to Twitter to say this. Sad music. Dudes be ugly with no badges. Talking about okay Lizzo as an insult in girls' comments. I'm beautiful and rich. And get immaculate D. It's a compliment. If you can't make it past the cheeks, just say that. Okay, so let's talk about what she said. Line for line. Dudes be ugly with no biatches. Talking about okay Lizzo as an insult in girls' comments. Okay, so if they are ugly, and they might be because I'm damn sure ugly, what does that have to do with somebody calling somebody a Lizzo based on how they look and how they act? Yeah, because why? Because we don't want to deal with the fact that while some guys like what Lizzo looks like, many guys would rather not like what Lizzo looks like. It's just what we call a personal preference. For example, if those guys are broke, they don't like it. But let's just say, for example, they get rich, cha-ching, Dima. Yeah, they're definitely not going after Lizzo. That's just not what we're seeing. Like if you look at all the sports athletes and look at their wives, like the guys that Lizzo would love to date and she gets shot down. I'm talking about Captain American guy. Yeah, they don't check for her no matter how thirsty she gets. So even if they're broke, they still don't want her. And if they have money, they definitely don't want her. So that even makes it worse. But let's go to the second line. I'm beautiful, rich, and get immaculate D. Stop the show. Beauty is subjective. I don't think she's bad looking. She's rich, definitely, much more than me. Rich! And get immaculate D. Stop the show. So the D that you get that's so immaculate, okay, what does that actually mean? Well, it means that the D that you're getting that's so immaculate, well, you paid for it. Let's play a game of Negro Air, shall we? Is Lizzo A, paying for D, B, paying for dates, C, no rich man want her, or D, all of the above? Jeopardy music! And the answer is D, all of the above. See, here is what is going to piss most women off, rich or poor. And that is the quality of the man that you lay down with. What do I really mean? You can tell me all day that the guy that you're laying down with is attractive and he looks good. But all women know that if a man is not doing anything for you and you make more than he does, you're not as valuable to other ladies in your society. Because why? So a woman's worth usually is depicted on what rich man will take care of her. Like Beyonce, we don't want to admit it. Her stock rose 1,000% when Jay-Z said, I'm going to make you my wife. It did. We don't want to agree because a rich man put his stamp on her and saying, hey, listen, I'm going to deal with her. She's going to be my wife. Right? Right. But Lizzo, we all know that not many guys who have a lot of money or a lot of power, they don't even check for you. Like, remember when like Lizzo met Chris Brown and she was like a fan? He didn't really, I mean, he saw her there, but it's like Chris Brown would never talk to Lizzo. It's just not his style. So you're begging about getting this D from guys that you were pretty much paying that if you were not Lizzo, they would not deal with you. It's no different from the argument that black men get when, you know, you guys go out here to Brazil, you guys go out here to Colombia and deal with these poor women because you can't get anybody in the States. Well, if Lizzo gets to brag about that, getting this immaculate D, then yes, we would assume that she's not getting it from, like, you know, the guys that she wants, you know, like in the NBA. Like, none of those guys will date her. They won't touch her, right? So let's go ahead and deal with this last part, shall we? And that is, if you can't make it past the cheeks, just say that. Stop the show. Wow. Bruh. If you can't make it past the cheeks, just say that. You know what? Let me kind of talk about this. It's interesting. So you're wanting to shame somebody who can't make it past the cheeks because of your BBW-ness. But it's very interesting. Look what kind of men that Lizzo likes. Lizzo doesn't like fat men at all. Lizzo likes in shape men. She doesn't have to get through their stomachs or anything, does she? I mean, does she? Does she have to get through any of their stomachs? No. Like, she wanted to get with Karl Anthony Towns from the Timberwolves. Is he fat? So does it make her a bad person because, well, you know, she can't get through a fat man's stomach? No, Lizzo doesn't talk like that. You see, Lizzo can shame you for not having a long enough you know what to get through her stuff, right? But at the same time, she don't go and deal with fat dudes at all. All she deals with is muscular men. Of course, she's paying for them, and she goes for in shape men. But you're a bad person if you can't make it past the cheeks. But she doesn't deal with anybody's fat stomach as a man. She won't even touch you. Lizzo likes no fat guys at all. You don't never see her with those fat guys. Most women who are heavy set in the industry, they don't deal with fat men. But they complain about dudes who talk about them being overweight. I mean, it's hypocrisy to the fourth degree. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.